How does my business serve underrepresented groups? So first of all, I'm a recreation therapist, and we pretty much deal with all persons with disabilities, as well as senior population. So within my business, More of Recreation Therapy and Consulting Incorporated, I work with group homes, treatment facilities, and some parks and recreation programs. Their programs are adapted so that persons with disabilities can successfully participate. So for example, in group home settings, we will go into a group home and we will train the staff on how to provide day-to-day activities and how to adapt those for persons with disabilities that are served in their own homes. As far as parks and recreation facilities, it's a little more detailed, and I'm really enjoying this project right now. We are going into these city parks and recreation programs. We first go in, we assess to make sure that all the doors and the facilities are accessible physically for persons with disabilities to be able to enter and move freely throughout their programs. We also want to make sure that staff are equipped with the appropriate adaptive equipment in order for all of our participants to be able to participate successfully. What are some of the key traits that are needed to be a successful entrepreneur? Well, I simply say just DPEC it. It's a great acronym, so here it is. So the D stands for dream big. Man, you have to just go for the stars. Whatever comes into your mind of what you feel is the best thing for you to do, I want you to move forward and do that. Just dream big. DPEC. The P. The P stands for plan effectively. So when you're in that planning stage, you want to write down every single thing that comes to your head about all your ideas so that you can organize it. Some people like to use formal ways of doing that, but for me, it was just a notebook. Just writing down everything that I think I want to accomplish within this idea that I came up with. DPEC, that was the D, dream. The P was plan. E is for execute faithfully. So here's the big one. You have taken the time, you dreamed it, you planned it out strategically. Now it's time to put those steps in motion. I am very big on mentorship and surrounding yourself around people that know more than you. You definitely need to do that. So I think mentorship is the biggest key in this step. D is dream, P is plan, E is execute, and the last but not least, you want to celebrate. Make sure you celebrate all the small accomplishments because you want to feel good about the steps you're making. And then guess what? Even when you're looking at those little hard times that you had, take them as building strength and building character and building knowledge and keep it moving. What inspired me to start my business and how did I turn that into reality? That's a big question. So, first of all, I've always been a person that had the entrepreneur spirit. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to start. And then frankly, I didn't have the confidence to get it started. I was doing the 9-to-5. So every 2 years, I would just get bored and I would move on to the next job. So you know how sometimes things happen and it kind of pushes you to that uncomfort zone? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. So about 16 years ago, my son was 2.5 years old and he was diagnosed with autism and ADHD. And that was a shocker. And it felt like I needed more time for him. And then the kicker happened. About a month later, I myself was diagnosed with lupus, scleroderma, interstitial lung disease, and it hit me hard. It makes me think of the saying or the biblical scripture that my husband always says is that, man makes plans, but God directs the steps. And God definitely directed my steps towards following my dream and pushing myself to do what I needed to do to take care of myself and take care of my family. because I needed to have control of my time and not let a job control my time. So what I did was I went towards a lady that I was doing a little bit of subcontracting with as a recreation therapist. And she had sent me out to some group homes, and I really enjoyed it. And I was using my degree and using, what was passionate for me and towards others and helping others. So what I did was I told her my why, and she did nothing but supported me. She became my mentor, and I am so thankful for her today. She helped me through the startup. She helped me do everything I needed to do to get my business rolling. I built that business for 2 years on the side of working full time and helping my son to develop myself. And 2 years later, after that struggle, it was hard. You best believe, many days of feeling sick, many days of frustration. But I was able to leave my job 2 years later and be my own boss. And it was fantastic. And I got to use my degree. I got to use my voice to advocate for people with disabilities in our senior population. And I was also able to have the time to take care of my son and to instill additional interventions at home to help him out, as well as focus on me and take restful moments when I needed to. Today, I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed because I now have gone from me, myself, and I in my business to having 14 other subcontractors that come to the table with knowledge and energy so that we can go out into this community and use what we've learned as recreation therapists and help all out there with disabilities and senior population. So what inspired me is family, and what helped me to get to my vision and have my dreams come to reality is mentorship and the will of God.